say it doesn't pan out with Andy Dalton, and then say Justin Fields comes on and he does marginal. He does marginal. Mm-hmm. Are we looking at Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy together the following year? Is that draft pick of Justin Fields buy them another year on top of this?
Absolutely.
So so everything that happened last year, even with Ryan Pace, take Matt Nagy out of it. Ryan Pace, with the way he's ran this organization, is all that just swept underneath the rug? Nobody cares about what off their defense.
Right.
Off their defense.
But they've been to the playoffs twice since he's been the head coach. But they've been to the playoffs twice since he's been the head coach, though.
They have.
I mean, and he's only been the head coach. This is going on his 5th year, I think.
Fourth, I think.
And so when you look at that.
Key, I hear you on that. It just feels like internally in Chicago, people were livid at how that situation played out.
True.
Fans were livid. And I just, I just don't want to act like last year didn't happen as we look forward to this year.
Right.
Well, you better start acting like it because
I'm not going to start acting like it.
Hey, Jay, I'm telling you, if Justin Fields just marginal and they kind of come along and they just kind of clunking, blah, 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 he's going to be there next year. The only way Matt Nagy is gone is if the bottom just falls out.
So if the defense is just old and they're reckless and they're not getting their games.
Like, honestly, as a Chicago fan, like, that's my biggest concern is that now you're, like, starting to figure out your quarterback situation and the offense. Is it too late now, and is the defense not going to be that top 10 caliber defense that is part of Chicago football DNA?
But again, Shae, but again, you don't have to have Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. You don't have to have them to be successful and win football games.
But they were successful last year with Mitchell Trubisky for the first couple of games, and he went away from it.
I wasn't, and think about it, I wasn't one of the dudes that said Mitch Trubisky should have been run out of town.
That's what makes me worry.
He wasn't run out of town.
I was one that said, hey, give him another shot and see where it goes. But they decided to part ways with him, or he decided to part ways with them.
So, you thought that Mitch Trubisky should have been the quarterback of the Chicago Bears this upcoming season?
I thought, based on the way that he was playing in a handful of games, that he should have still had an opportunity to be the quarterback of the Chicago Bears. Because when I look at certain things, when you tell me that Matt Nagy's a quarterback whisperer and a fixer and all this sort of stuff, fix it. Fix it then. Why run from it?
First of all, he didn't draft
because
Trubisky.
You came in
that
there.
Wasn't his dude.
You came in there with preconceived notions about the quarterback. So no matter what Mitch Trubisky was able to do, you wasn't gonna like it anyway. He probably could have won the damn Super Bowl, and you'd have been like, he's not my guy.
I disagree.
That's just that's what happens with these experts, these quarterback guru types. They never really give a guy an opportunity and a chance. I'm just telling you, Shae.
Come back, get him, Shae.
Key, I couldn't disagree with you more, first of all. The guy that Matt Nagy wanted to pet in that draft was Patrick Mahomes, hence why he went to the Chiefs. The argument...
I know. I know. He wanted Patrick Mahomes. We all want Patrick Mahomes now,
He went to the Chiefs where he was before he went to Chicago. And the problem Mitch Trubisky was having, according to Matt Nagy and others, was that he couldn't read the defense the way he wanted him to in order for it to work in his offense.
So now Matt Nagy's the reason Patrick Mahomes.
No, I am not saying that at all. I am just saying the fact that Mitch Trubisky didn't have enough time in Chicago and he was run out of town is inaccurate. Like, the fact of the matter is he couldn't win football games at the clip they needed to with that good of a defense.
If he loved him that much, he should have stayed in Kansas City.
I just want you to know, when you were saying
that's unfair.
I just want you to know, when you were saying that, you were looking at me. There's no need to look at me. You can look into the camera.
You're just in the room. I'm like,
I know. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? I didn't even say anything. This is you and Key.
Key's frustrating me. We need to get some calls.
I'm not frustrating you. I'm just
You're not me.
telling
How do you
truth.
know you're frustrating me?
Hey, Shae, I'm trying to wake up.
Come on, guys. We're getting too formatted.
You're waking up Chicago.
We're formatted, and I need to wake up the morning show because we are not it.
You're waking up Chicago, let me tell you that, because the fact that you think Trubisky could lead them to the promised land this year and not Justin Fields, which by the way,
so let me ask you a question. No, let me ask you a question. I did not say that Justin Fields cannot. What I said was Mitch Trubisky, I believe, is a very capable quarterback for the Chicago Bears if the coach coached him up. That's all I said. I didn't say it because, to me, I know it's only preseason, Shae, but damn, Mitch Trubisky sure looked like the number 2 pick in Buffalo. I'm just saying, though.
Okay, cool. So do you think Buffalo should start Trubisky over Josh Allen then? Okay, cool. You think Trubisky should be the starting quarterback? I don't know, for the Jets instead of Zach Wilson?
I think Mitch Trubisky will be a starting quarterback in the NFL in the next 24 months again. Cool.
And you think that team that he starts for will go into the playoffs and potentially compete for a Super Bowl?
You're doing too much now.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Is that what you're saying Andy Dalton's going to do?
No. I think the Bears fully know what they have in Andy Dalton.
Which is what?
A mediocre quarterback. You know what the ceiling is with him. You have no idea what the ceiling is with Justin Fields.
But you can win with mediocre.
I agree.
You can win with
that.
But
I think the frustration with Trubisky bubbled over in Chicago. That doesn't mean he was run out of town. It was just time ran up with him, and they couldn't figure out from an offensive perspective or from how Matt Nagy runs his offense how to work with him. And I think that's okay. They mutually parted ways, and I hope he does go on to have success somewhere else. But the fact that he didn't have a big enough sample size in Chicago, I ain't buying that. I saw enough of Mitch Trubisky as a Bears fan to know that it wasn't going to work.
I'm not a coach's guy like that. Coaches that I've been around, they coach you up and they get you to perform at a level. Now, all I'm saying is what I've seen so far in him in Buffalo and what I'm hearing about him in Buffalo, he'll be a starter in the National Football League again because he's being coached up. That's all I'm saying.
I do. A part of me agrees with Shae.
You got to be coached up, man. All I'm saying about that kid is it seems like there's way less pressure in Buffalo knowing that you are not the guy to showcase yourself to be in that position than the pressure that would come along with being a starter in Chicago. But he's also auditioning for the coaches in Buffalo, that the coaches in Buffalo, the Leslie Frazier's, who will probably get another head coaching job. He's auditioning for them because when a coach gets hired off another team to take another job, they bring somebody along, and most likely a coach that gets hired, Brian Dable and those guys, they will wind up going to a team that needs a quarterback.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.